Live in the Caliente Garage. This is something I haven't done in a long time. It's live here in the garage. It's hot out here, actually. Just checking in with you guys. I'm going to take some phone calls and see what's on your mind. Live here in the Caliente Garage. I know a lot of you guys been trying to reach me via the phone. And I've been really busy riding. Enjoying my Honda Goldwing. So I thought I'd take the opportunity to just wish you guys a happy 4th of July. I'm just doing a little bit of live here in the Caliente Garage. I'm sure many of you are hanging out with your family today. Today is the 4th of July. I know a lot of you guys are probably sitting around and hanging out with the family, eating some barbecue and grilling out. What's up, DJ on a wing? I hear you, my brother. Happy 4th. Happy 4th of July. Can y'all hear me okay? Is my audio good? Be sure to let me know what city, what state, what country you're checking in from. Chuck Hill. What did you say there, Chuck? Cheryl Speaks is watching. Chuck Hill. Hey, what's up, Chuck? We might even play a little bit of what's in the box. I actually had a viewer. He sent me an item, and I'm going to play what's in the box. I have no idea. He actually sent me a gift. Dave and Darlene sent me a gift, and we're going to open this up, and I'll give you guys an opportunity to guess what's in the box, and we'll open it up right here in the Caliente Garage. In fact, let me take this note. He put a note on here. Let me take this note off. I'm gonna set this note here to the side. We'll open it up in a little bit. See what's in that box. Hey, what's up, Ricky Mad Dog? Ricky Mad Dog. Hey, what's up, my brother? See you there, Ricky Mad Dog. Khalid. Hello, mate. Are you from Australia? You sound a little good. Appreciate you, that DJ on the wing. Khalid. Is it Khalil? I'm clear. Okay. Happy 4th of July to all of my Caliente viewers that watches my YouTube channel. What's up, Chris? New Jersey in the house. David in Florida South sound good. Oh, okay. You in Saudi Arabia. Okay. Khalil in Saudi Arabia. Be sure to let me know what city, what state, what country you're checking in from. I just want to wish you guys a happy 4th of July. And I'm going to take some of your phone calls today. And I'm going to find out what's on your mind. You guys been blowing my phone up. And I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to call in. I want to see what's on your mind. It is hot out in this garage. I got my little fan on. I'm going to crank up the air just a little bit because it's hot out here, man. It's probably somewhere around about, I'm showing 94 degrees. 94. Ooh, that's hot. I know a lot of you guys been wondering about my tire back there. You know, I said that I was going to test out this car tire for the remaining of the year. I'm going to test out the Michelin for the remaining of the year, and then I end up taking the Michelin off temporarily. As you can see, I got the Michelin right behind me. Got a little rock in there. There's the Michelin. And it's been performing really good. I know some of you guys was wondering, how do I, like the Michelin? To be honest with you, man, and I've said this in my video, that if I was gonna run some motorcycle tires on my bike, it'd have to be Michelin. Now we're not talking about dark side, and we're talking about motorcycle tires. Two different things. So if I was just gonna run motorcycle tires, I would run Michelin's. I see you, Kalia. You checking in from Saudi Arabia. Your channel really helped me. DJ on the wing side, he was wondering how long would it take for me to get back on the dark side. You know, honestly, DJ, man, I had to fight the urge to put the car tire back on my bike. The Michelin handle really, really good. I'm gonna be honest with you. For motorcycle tires, you know, your U-turns are good, your curves are good, you can lean good. If I was, like I said, if I was gonna run motorcycle tires, I would run some Michelin's. I just honestly feel safer with a car tire. The reason why, I'm getting more tread, I'm getting a wider footprint, I can stop faster. It's got a heavier load rating, it channel more water, the tire runs cooler, it lasts longer. But if I was an aggressive rider, if I was, you know, riding like I was 25 with something to prove, you know, I'm trying to ride triple digits and, you know, scrape off my saddlebags, and I'll be running motorcycle tires. But, you know, at my age, I don't have nothing to prove, man. I'm either traveling straight up and down. I can still take curves real good. No issues there. I just feel safer, especially pulling that trailer. You know, when you get through adding that tongue weight on the back of that Honda Goldwing, it's already 1,000-pound bike nearly. And then the weight of the rider, and then the trailer, and then the cargo. Man, I feel safer running at highway speeds with a car tire than I do over that motorcycle tire. But if I wasn't pulling the trailer and it was just me, and, you know, I'm trying to be aggressive and I'm not really traveling, I'm just hitting curves and taking short trips, I would run a motorcycle tire. Y'all got any questions for me? I'm sure y'all do, because y'all been leaving me a bunch of voicemails and stuff. Do I know when the next generation of Goldwing? I have no idea. Next question. I see you, Grizzly Falls, Oklahoma. Appreciate you there. Stephen Weber, happy Independence Day. I appreciate it there, Stephen. Thank you, my brother. Jeffrey Coleman. Yeah, I see y'all, man. Chris Borey, just found your live chat. Yeah. And I'm going to give you guys, check this out. I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to call in and let me know what's on your mind. I'm going to throw my number up. I'm going to put my number up on the screen. 901-468-9032. 901-468-9032. If you want to call in, if you got something on your mind, something you want to talk about, any questions that you may have. You'll be surprised. Most of the time, once I end my live feed, my phone go to ringing. But I'm giving you guys opportunity, man. If you guys want to get on with your boy Chris, I'm here live in the Caliente Garage. Swing it around just a little bit. There we go. That's a little bit better there. David. Hey, Chris. Dave here with the new 2025 anniversary edition. Well, congratulations there, David. Sandbag on your 2025. What color did you get? On the road, on the Rebel. Hi, Chris. Do you have a spare wheel to keep a motorcycle tire on? I do. Yes, I do. Bordeaux red. Okay. That's a pretty color, Bordeaux red. DJ on the Wing, they changed the style in 2018. I reckon it will be at least 2028 before they change the new style. Okay. I appreciate you, that DJ. I guess I misunderstood his question. I thought he was asking when is the next generation of Honda Gold Wing coming out. Maybe he was asking when was the new Honda Gold Wing, when did the new generation come out? So I misunderstood the question, but I appreciate you answering that for me, DJ. It's pulsating. I guess you're saying my internet connection is pulsating. If I got a bad connection with you guys on my Facebook, just go to my YouTube channel. I'm live right now on my YouTube, Chris Caliente on YouTube. Greg Newman. Hey, what's up, Greg? Happy 4th of July, Greg. Good to see you the other day out on 399. Yeah. What's up, Greg? I see you, my brother. Yeah, I was actually down in Pensacola, Florida a couple of days ago, and I actually was spotted by Greg Newman. I actually pulled over to the side of the road. I wanted to get some drone footage, and it was so hot, but I pulled over to the side of the road, and I seen a 2012 Gold Wing ride past. I didn't think nothing of it, and about a minute later, he turned around and come back. And Jumper, who was with me, we was talking in our helmet communicators, and he's saying, I wonder what he want. And I said, he probably recognized me. So within a few seconds or so, Greg Newman pulled up, got off the bike, and he said, you Chris Caliente, what are you doing out here, man? So yeah, it was good to see Greg. He spotted me out there in Pensacola, Florida. They always say, you can't take me nowhere, man. Somebody gonna recognize me. Chris Borey, thinking about touring from Arizona to Alaska. You know, I've been hearing a lot of guys talk about taking an Alaska trip on their Honda Gold Wings. I'm gonna give the phone call first priority. You on with Caliente, live in the Caliente Garage.
What's up, Chris? Anything you say can will be used against you in the Chris Caliente live show.
What's going on, David?
How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm doing good, man. It's hot out in this garage, man.
Yeah, it's hot down here in Florida, man. I just got back home. I was letting you know the last video that I watched that had you and Pat going. I think y'all were coming back home, whatever, and I was sitting on the couch, man. Y'all was having so much fun.
Yeah.
And Texas, I got up out of my chair, man, and I was like, you know what, honey, I'm out. I packed my clothes and I rode straight up to Maryland, and then from Maryland into Pennsylvania, and you know, hung out with some people, and then I worked my way back home. I got back home actually today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you gotta watch Chris Caliente. He'll have you buy stuff for your bike, or he'll have you out riding cross country.
I appreciate it, Dave. Man, that's what they say. That's what they say, man.
Yeah, and I was shocked that you went back to Dark Side. I was kind of hoping you were going to stay on those till at least the end of the year.
That was kind of my plan. The only reason that I took the Michelin off is that I wanted to test out a different run flat. Right. And I was chomping at the bit, man, and I said I can't wait to 2026.
Right.
But I probably will. I'm going to put the Michelin back on.
Right.
At some point and continue, to test the tire out. But I'm gonna be honest with you, Dave. Right now, that Michelin handles really good.
Right.
It handles great in the curves. Great for U-turns, leaning, riding aggressive. I mean, it really feels good, to be honest with you. Now,
are those tires for the old style Gold Wings too, or just the newer style?
For the newer style. Now, you technically you could run the front tire on the old style because it's a 130/70/18.
Okay.
But on the newer Gold Wing, that's a 200 series tire, which will not fit on the previous generation.
Right. That's what I was wondering.
Because it'll be too wide.
Right.
I'm not sure if they make a smaller road WGT for the Gold Wing. I know they make it for the new style Honda Gold Wing.
Okay. All right.
But
I was just curious about that.
My only concern is with the Michelin, how long would it last as far as mileage?
Right.
As far as performance, great. Handling, great. Smooth, great. I don't have any complaints. My only question is how many miles will I be able to get out of that tire?
Now, is it a hard compound or a soft compound?
It's a soft compound. It's actually soft. It feels pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good tire, man. I'm just gonna be honest with you, Dave. I feel more secure on my car tire, man. Especially pulling that trailer, running highway speeds, riding from sun up to sundown. You know, and I may sound like a broken record. If I wasn't riding as much miles, if I wasn't pulling a trailer,
right,
and if I was just riding solo, I wouldn't be doing two up. I would ride those Michelins. That would be my tire of choice. But in my case, I'm hauling a trailer. First of all, the bike is almost 1,000 pounds, right?
Right.
Then you got to take into account my weight that's on the bike, and then you got to take into account my trailer that I'm pulling. That's a lot. That's a lot of.
You're probably only a buck when you're wet. I mean, it ain't much.
Yeah, I'm right at 200 pounds.
You look good for 200.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
What you're saying.
Yeah, so you're talking between the bike and my weight. That's what, right at 1,200 pounds.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna add in the tongue weight of the trailer.
That's a lot.
So the weight limit on that Michelin is what, about 900 pounds?
Okay, so you're way over the weight capacity.
Well, you got to look at it like this here, Dave. You're not putting all of the weight on one wheel, right? So you got the back wheel and the front wheel. So the weight limit on the rear wheel is 900 pounds. Now, you're not putting all that weight on one wheel because you're dividing it with the front wheel, or at least 60-40, right? But when you take into account the passenger, if you're going to ride with a passenger, a trailer, that's a lot of weight to be pulling on a motorcycle tire, which I've done it. My recent trip, I went out to Dallas. I think I put about, with all the riding I did like 1,200 miles total. Okay. And it handled really good. I was surprised. The only thing I noticed that the heat, it was running probably 40 degrees Fahrenheit, between 35 and 40 degrees Fahrenheit on the temperature of the tire, which may be perfectly normal.
Right.
I didn't have any.
I think the dark sides look better on the bike.
Well, pulling a trailer. If I wasn't pulling a trailer, and I wasn't just traveling, I would ride a motorcycle tire. But with my style of riding, long distance, sun up to sundown, pulling a trailer, highway speeds, I feel more safer with my car tire. I'm just being honest with you. Under those conditions.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now, I have a question before I let you go.
All right, go for it.
I had the 2015 Honda Gold Wing 40-year anniversary.
Okay.
And I have the charging system in the box on the left side, but it's not charging my phone. It's not keeping the charge on the phone.
Okay.
Like, it's not. If I plug it up, it's not charging. If I put my the center or my Cardo in there to charge, it's not giving it a full charge. Should I change it out to make it a USB, or how can I get it to do better?
Hold up, run it by me one more time. Run it by me one more time.
Okay, so in the pocket on the left side, your little box.
Right, or the 2012. I mean, of the previous generation. Okay.
Right, the previous generation.
Right.
you have the cigarette lighter charger in there,
Right.
and I put my cord in there, and I have it come out to charge my phone while I'm riding. But it's not charging the phone like it should. My battery on the phone keeps dropping instead of keeping it at a charge or charging it up. If I put my Cardo in there to charge or my center, it don't give it a full charge.
Okay. Now that socket that goes in that glove box normally is not powered on unless the ignition is at least in accessory mode. Right? So you must have somehow straight wired it.
Well, no. It goes on and off with
the key.
The key.
Right.
But when you put your wire, you put your cigarette adapter in there and put your cord in to charge the phone, and while I'm riding, I'm trying to charge up, keep the phone charged or put my center in there to charge
Okay.
It just won't. It's not giving a full 12 volt or something, not charging up.
So
the phone should charge up.
Right. So it's doing it while the bike is running.
Right.
My only suggestion, Dave, honestly, because I kind of ran into that also when I had the previous generation. I don't think that the wiring that they use to connect that cigarette charger, I don't think it's thick enough. So this is what I would do. I would run my own power source either to a fuse block or I would run it to the battery. If you run it to the battery, it's going to be hot all the time. So I would probably run from my fuse block up to that glove box. I would just unplug it the way they have it set up, and I would get my own 12-volt power supply.
Now, could I run it from the auxiliary connection?
If you're going to do that, I would run it from the auxiliary out of the fuse box.
Right. That's what I mean.
Right. Yeah, you could do that. You can run it down the side of the bike.
Right.
And you can you got those 2 screws inside of the glove box. You could
right. I was going to run it because I was going to run the wire down to that,
right,
and eliminate the cigarette adapter and just put in a USB double charger.
You could do that. I actually, even on my DCT, I put one inside of my glove box.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so I could actually charge, because the new style undergoing, they don't give you any way to. I mean, they give you a little plug to plug up your phone, but right, you can't charge 2 items at the same time. It's pretty much set up for one accessory. So what I did, I straight wired I got a double USB, and it's running to my fuse block.
Right.
And so I don't have a problem with charging, but I know what you're talking about on your bike. It's like it's not getting enough amps. It's like,
right, that's what it feels like.
Right.
It's like, especially if you're using like the GPS on the phone,
right,
or if I want to put my Cardo in there
right,
to charge, so I can click it back in, or my center, and it's like it's not even really
right,
bringing enough voltage out to charge it.
Right, and see, that's what happened to me on my camera. See, I had a camera on my handlebars, and I had it plugged into that the glove box, and it was not enough power to run that camera while I was recording. Right, so so what you're gonna have to do is just run your own wiring down to the fuse block terminal and just rewire it yourself. Use your own wire. Maybe use a 16 gauge.
Okay, I was gonna ask you what gauge should I use.
Yeah, I would probably use a 16 gauge.
Okay.
Stand by a sec, Dave.
Okay.
So you're
gonna
have to get you a spool of wire like this, and this is it's a 14 gauge. Now go with a 14 gauge, Dave.
Okay.
And you're gonna have to run your own wiring down the side of that bike, man. You're gonna have to just wire it up, because what Honda put in there, it don't seem like it's giving you enough amps.
Right.
Yeah, not enough to fully charge it like it's supposed to. Like it's not. So you can have
Exactly.
you can have too thin of a wire, and I think that's part of the problem with. And it may not be the wire that's on the actual cigarette charger, but it's the wiring that you plug into. You follow me?
Right.
If you take the cigarette charger, the wires on it may be thick enough, but when you plug it, because it's like a direct plug, you just plug it in.
Right.
I don't think that wiring is thick enough.
Okay.
So I would give me some 14 gauge wire. You can pick this up at like AutoZone, and just run it down the side of the bike, tied into those two screws, the positive and the negative, and yeah. And that way you know you get, because you got I think that's a 10 amp fuse in that inside of that fuse box, because a phone is only pulling 1.1 amps.
Right.
So
I'll double check the amp just to make sure, but yeah, I was gonna just go off the two screws that are sitting there, basically auxiliary positive and negative.
Right.
And I was just gonna run my own wire, and I was just gonna run the USB port instead of the cigarette.
Right. Yeah. So if you're gonna hook up two of them, that's what, 2.2 amps. And so if I think it's a 5 amp in that glove box, or it's either a 10 amp. I can't remember, but with that, even with two outlets, you still got more than enough, because that's on at least a 5 amp fuse, maybe 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, brother. Always
Okay.
a pleasure, and it's great to talk to the Wizard of Goldwing.
Okay, before you go, Dave, would you like to take a crack at I'm gonna reveal what's in this box. I had a viewer named Dave. They actually sent me an item, and he want me to do some live in the box, and want you guys to guess what's in this box. And I guess I can give away I guess I can give away the item that's in the box. So if while you on the line, would you like to take a crack at what's in the box? I'll reveal it at the end of this video.
I'm not going to say it's a car, though, because they wouldn't do that. So I'm going to say a T-shirt.
A T-shirt? Okay. I'll put you down that you're saying it's a T-shirt.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, brother. Have a good holiday.
All right. Thank you, Dave. Happy 4th of July.
Thank you, brother.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Let me make sure that I put Dave down. Dave said the box is a T-shirt. Make sure I put that down. Appreciate it. We're live here in the Caliente Garage. I want to wish you guys a happy 4th of July. Got a lot going on here. I'm going to read his note. If you're reading this note, then you receive what's in the box. There are 3 layers of boxes. It's not a part for a gold wing. Too many years to cover. You need a zip tie to mount it in place, and it makes a subtle sound, and it weeds off evil spirits. So those are the clues. I'm gonna read them again. It's 3 layers of boxes. It's not a part for a gold wing. You need a zip tie, and it makes a subtle sound, and it wards off evil spirits. You on with Caliente, live in the Caliente Garage. Stand by. Hold on. You on with Caliente, live in the Caliente Garage.
Hey, man, it's Dustin. How you doing, my brother?
What's up, Dustin?
Not much. Just chilling. Finally caught you online. It seems like I always miss it, but here I am today.
Yes, sir.
I was gonna try to catch up with you here recently, but I didn't make it in time. I had too much stuff. I was gonna try and slip over there to Florida, and but I think you was already gone before I was gonna be able to be free. But
okay.
That's what happens. That's what happens with that job. Sometimes you get to work, but I know what's in that box.
Oh, okay. Now, for my viewers that's watching me live, I don't want you to post what you think in the box in the comments. You got to call. I'm going to put my number up on the screen. I'm taking one call at a time. Okay? My telephone number is 901-468-9032. You got to call in and tell me what you think is in the box to win the prize. Okay? Don't put it in the comments. I want you to call in. You got to call in, otherwise it don't count. 901-468-9032. I'm only going to take one caller at a time. And we are on with Dustin. Yeah, go ahead, Dustin.
So, well, I'm not going to take the guess. It's a pretty easy one. After reading what you said, I'm pretty sure it's a bell. That's what it is. It's one of those bells.
A bell? Okay.
Yeah, it's got to be that. Got to be that.
Okay, let me put Dustin down. Dustin said a bell. All right. Yeah, Dustin, I was actually, I wasn't far from you here recently. Matter of fact, I came up through, how far are you from Meridian?
About an hour and a half.
Okay.
About 90-something miles, I think. Yeah,
about 90
miles from Meridian.
I just came off of 10 through Mobile, Alabama. And I went from Mobile, I think up 45, if I'm saying it correctly, to Meridian.
Yeah, I think that's right. To Meridian.
Yeah.
And then went up through Tupelo to back home.
Yep, that's exactly that was my route. That was my route.
Yeah, that's what I figured it was. That's what I figured it was going to be. So I'm trying to sneak in there.
Oh, okay.
I've only got like 100 more miles, 120, 130 miles, something like that, and I'm gonna roll 200,000. So.
Okay.
I'm just right there at it. So next week on my way to work, when I go up to work, I'm gonna be able to video that and get my 200,000 miles odometer.
Okay.
So
okay.
That'll be fun. That'll be something fun to do. Betty is ready to roll now that I swapped out that rear diff and got rid of that oil leak. She's ready to go.
Okay. How much was that rear end expensive?
No, I want to say I got it from Dodge in Alabama.
Okay.
Probably 5 or 6 years ago, maybe 7 years ago. I don't remember. I guess 2019.
Oh, okay.
You 2019 or 2020.
Okay.
Probably 2019. I think it was before all that COVID mess. So I got it in 2019.
Okay.
And I put the one I bought from them in the Gold Wing because my rear brake rotor was bad.
Okay.
So I was going to pull the brake rotor and do everything and just swap it out. But I was like, shoot, it's a brand new diff. It only had like 2,800 miles. So I just put that one on the bike.
Right.
And here I am 150,000 miles later. It started leaking. So I went into my storage and dug around in there. And sure enough, there was an old diff that I took off of it. So I just pulled out. I just put that one on there and put this brake rotor on that differential or final drive it. Boom, throw it back in there. It was ready to go.
Okay.
So,
okay.
It's one of them deals where, you keep stuff forever and never use it. Well, I finally got to use the part I kept.
Yeah.
It would pay off eventually.
When I sold Big Sexy, I actually had an extra rear end and I gave it to I gave it to the guy that got Big Sexy from me. I just gave it to him. It was a brand new rear end. I said, you may need this down the road. If so, you already have it.
Right. It's good to have them. It's good to keep in place. I think, reading about them, they say they go out about around 120 to 150, somewhere in there. They usually start to leak. Something will happen. The bearing, the seal goes bad in there, or whatever it is.
Right.
I'm not real sure why it leaks. Teaspoon, his was leaking. He didn't have but about like 60,000 on his.
Okay.
And his started leaking. And nothing you could do. So.
Okay.
I don't know what it is that goes in there. So I kept the one. I may take it apart and try to figure out what it was that actually failed.
Right.
And maybe even repair it. So in another 100, when I'm at 300 and some thousand miles, I can swap it out and put it back in. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Right. Yeah. Well, I know you done rode the hell out that bike, man. Almost 200,000 miles. You done rebuilt the whole bike.
Yeah, I've done a couple things too. With I rebuilt every suspension part, put a new rear shock spring. Put progressive suspension, the stem neck bearings, water pump, alternator, lower and upper radiator hoses. I redid all this stuff. So it's pretty much everything's done on it, and everything that does fail, I have replaced.
Wow.
So I should be good for a while now. Now it's just a matter of riding, putting in spark plugs, oil change, and of course new tires.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you dark side, right?
Oh yeah. I'm dark side. See, when you took yours off and put that motorcycle tire on, I was gonna say, why don't I just come up there and get that, and I'll put it on my bike because I need a new one anyway. But I already knew. Like some of your viewers may have found out, it wasn't going to take very long. You want to switch it back. I think right when you said, "Hey, I'm going to change it over," I was like, and you said you're going to ride it for the rest of the year. I'm glad I wasn't standing next to you because that was lightning about to strike. I was like, that's a lie. That's
I remember.
Don't make it.
I didn't make it, man. Honestly, like I said, the Michelin handled really well. I don't have no problem with it. It curves good, lean good. U-turn goods, no problems. The only thing is that I feel safer with my car tire, man. I'm telling you, when I'm pulling that heavy trailer running down the road, people don't realize, man, your bike take a beating going down the road with all the bumps and you can't really feel it a lot of times because the suspension is really working. But your bike takes a beating going down the road. Your tires take a beating going down the road.
Yeah. I'm telling you, it is safer. Just the load rating alone. I'm sure the load rating. I've seen countless motorcycle tires that they look good before you go on a trip, and then halfway in your trip or something, also you look at it and there's a patch of cords that'll be showing somewhere, like you've been hitting the brake and skidding it or something. Just one little spot of wear. I'm like, what? Come on. Never seen a car tire on a motorcycle do that. They wear down. And then they wear down to the wear indicators, or they start to say, "Ooh, that's bad. I need to change that."
Right.
But you never see the cords coming through in patches here and there. So it's just the motorcycle tires aren't as good. The grip, the compound, all that stuff, they're supposed to be better. But for a touring motorcycle, I've said it over and over. There's no reason to not put a car tire on it. For a gold wing, what we do, especially pulling a trailer, riding high miles, and all that. You get the people to say, "Why ride too aggressive?" Good. You can scrape your saddlebag completely off your bike. If you think you can lean it far enough to outride a car tire, go ahead.
Right.
You're not going to because you're going to crash your bike before you can outride it. Now, they may not be comfortable with it. Personal choice. I get it. No problem. I ain't got no issue with that. But safety factor. When I had mine, you remember a few years ago, me and Laura were riding through Shreveport. I didn't have a run flat at the time, but I did have a car tire on it.
Right.
And I ran over something in it, and it put a big hole in the tire and immediately went flat. So I basically had a blowout at 80 miles an hour going through traffic in Shreveport, pulling the trailer with my wife on there.
Right.
I promise you, had I had a motorcycle tire on there and it would have instantly gone on the rim and it got squirrely on me, I bet you I'd have had a big problem. But with that car tire, there was enough of it there that I was able to get over to the side and pull off the freeway safely with two of us on there and pulling the trailer. I don't think a motorcycle tire would have done that. Most people, when they have a motorcycle tire blowout, they go down. I don't know anybody. There's a few people here and there, I'm sure, that didn't go down, but most of the time you're going to go down because the bike is going to go out when you get flat on there. So I'm a big proponent of the car tire just from the safety aspect. If anything else, I think it's safer. And you can tell when it's wearing out. It ain't going to surprise you.
No.
1,000 miles,
Yeah.
If you look at it, it looks like it's going to make it for a while. It's going to make it for a while. It's not going to be 600 miles later like, damn, I ain't got no tread showing.
Right. That's true. That's true. All of the riders that I know that had a blowout or a flat was on motorcycle tires. I don't know any riders that had a blowout on a car tire or a flat. Maybe a flat. Maybe you could pick up a nail. But as far as a blowout,
go flat.
as far as a blowout, if I hear a rider had a blowout, first thing come to my mind, he had motorcycle tires. He didn't have a car tire. Because if he'd had a car tire, that wouldn't happen.
Because that's exactly what happens. It'll sneak up on you, and that tread will wear out, and you won't see it because it's hidden.
Right.
And then it'll blow out on you.
Yep.
A car tire don't do that. You can see it. It'll wear down and wear down and wear down. You hit the tread, and then the tread might start to show, but it'll be even all the way around. It's not going to be a patch that you won't see. It'll have a stripe all the way around the tire.
Right.
You'll see that just like you do on a car.
Yeah.
And you'll know, hey, it's time to change this out. I'm riding on some Maypops here, so I need to switch it out. But motorcycle tire blowout. That's what happened. Mine, I hit a big old bolt, like a 3/4 inch bolt.
Right. Right.
It's just boom. It put a big hole in the tire.
Right.
There wasn't no slow one, but it did. I wish I'd have had a run flat. I run a run flat now. And the double dark side in the front, that joker has lasted me. I think I'm gonna have I'm gonna hit 200,000 miles. We'll see. I mean, I think I'm gonna have close to 50,000 miles on that front tire.
Right.
Which is, to me is just crazy. That's lasted a long time.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Going down the highway, in my mind, I'm like, man, I feel better with that car tire back there. I know this motorcycle tire can handle it, but it's like when I got my car tire on there, I know I'm good. And just matter of fact, just the other day I came through a torrential flash flood, literally, down in Florida. Me and Jumper, and man, my bike was throwing that water up, man. But I still had to slow it down. Jumper was way back there. He wasn't way back there, but he was kind of a good ways back because he's just running regular motorcycle tires. And I said, "You okay?" I asked him several times. I said, "Man, you good?" He said, "Yeah, I'm just trying to keep it on the road." But that I like the way the car tire perform. And I'm gonna say this, and this is something I just don't generally say it, but I'm gonna say it. You could take the cheapest motorcycle tire. No, let me rephrase that. You could take the cheapest car tire, the cheapest one you can find, and it'll be better than the best motorcycle tire. Straight up. Now, I don't generally say that because I know people will say you crazy, but I'm telling you, you can go and find the cheapest car tire. It could be a Cooper, the cheapest one you can think of, and it will be better than the best motorcycle tire.
Yep.
Straight up.
100%.
Now,
100%.
like I said,
longer,
it's still gonna last longer and it's gonna be safer. But like I said, I give
it like the Michelin's you put on there. I bet they handle great.
They handle real good.
Pretend
Yep.
that they don't handle good.
They handle good
because a motorcycle tire will handle good, but a car tire to me handles almost, if not just about, that feels the same once you get used to it because your body adjusts, your muscle memory.
It does.
And you learn how to handle the bike. It just takes a different input to get what you got out of it with a motorcycle tire, but it can still do the same thing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
It's going to feel different. It will feel different. So a motorcycle tires are maybe a little easier to ride for inexperienced rider or something like that. They throw it on there. It's a little easier starting out, but 50 to 100 miles, you're going to forget the car tires even there.
Yeah.
It's not even good. Unless you're at a dead stop on some uneven, and then you can feel the bike wants to rock from one side to the other. And that's really the only time you feel it. If you're moving, it's fine.
Yeah.
Actually, the tar snakes and stuff on the road, motorcycle tire does way better.
Yeah.
I mean, the car tire does way better on those because it doesn't wiggle from side to side.
Right. I'll say this here. I think a lot of people complain about, shops don't want to put them on. A shop don't want to put them on. The reason why they don't want to put them on because they know you ain't coming back. And they know you ain't coming. They're not gonna see you for a long time. It's like I can't make no money off that guy. But I'm gonna leave.
Here's a hack for those people listening that can't find somebody to put one on. I took mine when I was in Shreveport, broke down, bike laid on the side in the parking lot. I got an Uber to take my wheel and a tire. I went and bought the tire and everything from Discount Tire, which says they won't do it, right? But I put it on and said, hey, I got a trailer, utility trailer, and it's got this tire on it, so I don't need a balancer or anything. I told them I got a little balancer. So they're like, yeah, we can put it on. They said, it's for a trailer? And I said, yeah. I said, it's a utility trailer. I'll pull around.
Right.
I don't even know what the wheel came off of. And they're like, okay. They got one, they put it on there, and I said, here's the size that came off of it. Because they had the flat, the car tire was already on it. But if you take your motorcycle tire off, get the right tire to put on there, take it to Discount Tire, even Walmart, someone say, hey, can you put this on? It's for a trailer.
Right.
Don't tell them it's for your motorcycle because it's a 5-lug wheel. They're going to look at it and think it's a weird looking wheel. It's a Honda of some kind, and just tell them you don't know what it's off of, and you don't need it balanced. Just if you run Centromatics now, if you
don't run Centromatics, you can put in some balancing beads.
Or balancing beads, either one.
Yep.
Yeah, you could do that. But you just tell them it's for a trailer, a utility type trailer or something. They'll put it on there because they're like, oh, okay, well that don't matter because it's not going to be your vehicle. It's going to be a problem. Something you pull behind your ATV or something even. They don't matter. So I just use it off road. I just need to put this tire on there and make it last. And they'll put it on most of the time. I don't even know anything about it.
Right. That's correct. You are correct, man. But I think that's kind of some people's complaint that they can't get a shop to put them on, and I get it. It's frustrating, but like I say, like Dustin say, take it to Walmart, get it off the bike, And that's some of other people's problem. They don't have a way to get their wheel off the bike. And with that newer style go when you don't want to lay it on this side, like the older style, you can just lay it on the side. So, you know, but if you can find somebody to put it on, man, that's, you know, I don't think you'll probably ever go back. But I'm not trying to convince anybody, but it just works for me.
Right. They both good. You know, go for it. It's just everybody's own preference. I ain't saying one is right or one is wrong. I think they're both right. Motorcycle tire or car tire, they both work.
Yep.
And people got thousands of men. It's just what's your preference, what's your safety level, and what feels good to you.
Yep. Okay, Dustin.
Well, I'll let you go, so I know other people want to call in, but that's my guess.
Okay.
It's one of those little spirit bells things, or angel bell, and costs a little bell.
Okay, I got you down.
All
Dustin.
Right.
And I'll reveal here in a little while and let you win what's in the box.
All right, we'll catch you on the flip side, man.
Okay, Dustin, stay in touch.
All right, talk to you later.
All right.
Bye.
And that was Dustin. My phone line is open, 901-468-9032. If you want to get on, 901-468-9032. We're going to talk about anything and everything. I'm going to read some of your comments. I'm just going to check out some of your comments. David, what's up, Chris? What's up, Chris? New Jersey in the house. DJ on the wing. I was wondering how long would it take you to get back on the dark side. Khalid, your channel really helped me with my gold wing. You are welcome, my brother. Yes, I'm checking in from Saudi Arabia. Okay. Just found your live chat. Since she was unable to make it to Americaid due to sickness, when do you think you'll be up in the northeast corner? Man, you know, that's a very good question. I would say this, it probably wouldn't be this year. I'll probably, you know, take a shot at it next year. And that's K2MWC. Probably 2026. Chris Borey, congratulations. DJ on the wing, Honda seemed to be really slow to change. On the Rebel 11, did you get to the bottom of what caused the bike not to start? Was it definitely the battery? Honestly, on the Rebel 11, I believe it was the battery. But what's weird is I tried to jump the bike off and it didn't turn over. So I don't know. I mean, I thought that it was the rain. I really did. I saw a rain must have got in the switch and it lost contact. That's what I was originally thinking. But after I changed the battery and I went through this recent flash flood when I was down in Florida, I mean, and it came down on me. A lot of water. Bike fired right up fine the next day. So I honestly don't know. But if I had to take a guess, I would say this here. I haven't had good luck with Yuasa batteries. So that's why I took it out of the scenario. If my bike ever do that again, I can't blame Yuasa. In my mind, it appears to be Yuasa, but I don't know that for certain. But I wanted to take the Yuasa out of the equation, and that way I can't say it's Yuasa. So right now I'm running the Duracell. If it happens again, I can't say it's Yuasa. But right now I think it's the Yuasa battery that caused that problem, but I'm not 100% sure. So to answer your question, no, I really didn't get to the bottom of it. Not really. Chris, if I want to contact you on WhatsApp or Facebook, can I? Yeah, you would have to contact me on Facebook, like on Messenger. The thing about Messenger, I rarely check my Messenger. So, you know, because a lot of times people are sending me all kinds of just, you know, I'm going to call it spam, right? So I just really don't check Messenger. I tell people, if you're trying to reach me, call me. You know, I'm old school. You can always text me at 901-468-9032. You can try to hit me up on Messenger, but, you know, you're taking a 50-50 chance. I may or may not even, you know, I may not even know you're trying to contact me because I just really don't never check Messenger. I guess you would have to call at the right time. But to answer your question, yeah, you can contact me on Facebook. I don't have WhatsApp. I'm not even sure what that is. Chris, thinking about touring from Arizona to Alaska. All right. I have a plan to visit United States next year. Khalil out of Saudi Arabia. DJ, I was just about to ask about the battery too. I'm guessing you're done with the Yuasa brand. I am, DJ, man. I just... In my honest opinion, I think the Goldwing need to have a 500 cranking amp battery. But unfortunately, they only make a small little battery box to put the Goldwing battery. The Yuasa only have like a 250 cold cranking amp, which is really low. At least the Duracell giving you like 310, so it's a little bit better. I just wish that the Honda Goldwing had some room to put a bigger battery. I know some riders even out there have 2 batteries. It would be nice if they even gave you an extra battery box to run 2 batteries, but unfortunately they don't. But to answer your question, DJ on the Wing, yeah, I'm done with Yuasa, man. I just don't ever think I would run another Yuasa battery. Does he have a fast charger? I guess he was talking about David that called earlier. I don't know. Goldwing cone patterns. Any leads on better rear crash bars for the 2018 National Cycle, and 1 or 2 others offer better front protection, but the rears not so much. A couple of I guess do-it-yourself have done it. So I don't know anything about the rear crash bars. DeMar, what year is my bike? Or what year is that bike? I'm assuming you're asking what year is my Goldwing. It's a 2021 DeMar. Unless you're talking about Dustin's bike. I think Dustin's bike is a 2004 or 2008. Might be a 2008. He's got over 200,000 miles. And he's definitely, I've never known him to run a regular motorcycle tire. I've always just known him to run car tires. And he traveled on his bike every day. Rain, shine, sleet, or snow. Goldwing cone patterns. I love those chrome rims you put on the previous generation. I would love to get a set. Or you can always contact Knee House Cycle Sales. You could try them. Knee House Cycle Sales if you're trying to get some chrome wheels for your bike. I don't think a car tire will help me in the cone patterns. I'm not sure what a cone pattern is, but to each his own. Hey Chris, do you know anyone running a Honda CB in the new style Goldwing and how their experience has been with it? Oh, Adam, I do not. I don't know anybody running a CB. I've always said that I'm going to eventually get one, maybe down the road eventually, but I don't know of anybody that has it. Cal in Florida, 2017 or 18. Just sold my L6B. Do you plan to upgrade your bike to a Harley Davidson? I'm assuming you're talking to me. If you're asking me, do I have a plan to upgrade my bike to a Harley Davidson? In the words of Bishop Bullwinkle, hell no to the no, no, no. Hell no. Goldwing cone patterns. Tight riding for the cones like police. No, I'm gonna leave that for the law enforcement. I don't need I don't need to ride like law enforcement. That's not the way I ride. You know, if you like to ride aggressive, motorcycle tires will do fine. DJ on the wing, Harley upgrades. Kalia got jokes. Yeah, no, I'm not a Harley guy, man. I like what I like. I'm not knocking Harley. It's not for me. I'm about to reveal what's in this box. I'm gonna give somebody one more opportunity. If anybody want to call in right now, 901-468-9032. I'm gonna open up what's in the box. It was a gift sent over to me by Dave out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and his wife, Darlene, aka Fast Poke. So Fast Poke and Slow Poke out in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, sent me this and wanted me to do some live, what's in the box. So here I am. We're gonna open this up in a minute. If you guys want to take a shot at what's in the box, you got to call in. If you want to take a crack at it, 901-468-9032. Man, they already out there popping. I hear firecrackers going off. I hear sound like cannons going off, man. People are really into this 4th of July. I'd like to wish you guys a happy 4th of July here in this live feed. David Sandberg. I'm on my 4th Goldwing, wondering how many has everyone owned. I'm on my 3rd Goldwing. I had the 2014, 2016, and now I'm on my 2021. Man, it's hot out in this garage. I need to I got an air conditioning unit over there. I need to turn it on. I'm not going to worry about it. It's showing 93 degrees out in this garage. But I plan to put that car. I plan to go back to that Michelin. I'm not done with it. I know a couple people asked me if I wanted to sell it. I'm not selling my Michelin. I plan to put it back on the bike, but I just feel so much better on my run flat. Hey, quick question. Wanted to know, does any of the dark side riders they balance the rear tire? I've heard of guys not balancing their rear tire. I run Centromatic wheel balancers on my dark side. And you can actually use them on regular motorcycle tires as well. Man, that's not a firecracker. That sounds like a... Sound like somebody doing some... Hey, let that door down. Yeah, I'm out here. Now, my mic, okay. Appreciate that, DJ. I didn't realize my mic was muted. Can y'all hear me okay now? Okay, yeah, I got it, DJ. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. My mic should be, I can see it on the screen, so my mic should be good now. My next long trip, I'm not sure yet. I got a couple of things that I'm thinking about, but I'm not going to reveal it in this video because I'm not sure if it's going to happen for me. But I'll let you know, DJ. You're welcome. You're welcome. Loving the bullet brake. I won't forget to disengage the rear parking brake again. Yeah. I have the parking brake. What is that? That module, the parking brake module I put on the bike. That works really well because if I pull my parking brake, I can't even put it in gear. But it was kind of tough putting it in. I think that bullet brake is a good alternative for the parking brake module, because it's easy to install right there on the handlebars. You can put that bullet brake in, but to put that parking brake module like I installed, man, you got to take the fairings off the bike and you got to do some disassembling to get down in there. I mean, it was kind of tough. It was a good time, Chris, to have a conversation with you. We'll connect you later. I should get some sleep now. Time for my 5 now. Okay. Now the time 5 a.m. in my country. Okay. Well, I appreciate you, Khalil, from checking in from Saudi Arabia. Joe Brewer said, I got here a little late. Can you recap the starting problem you had and the solution? Well, Joe Brewer, just real quickly, you know, I removed that Yuasa battery. The only times I've ever had a problem cranking my Gold Wing is when I had Yuasa batteries in there. The first time was after I first bought my bike. The second time was here recently. So I removed that Yuasa battery. I thought maybe water got over in the switch, but after riding through a monsoon here the other day in Florida, the bike fired right up. I put a video up showing that the bike cranked right up. So I don't really believe it was a switch. I'm not 100% sure what the problem was, but I just definitely removed that Yuasa battery because for some reason, I don't think my Gold Wing liked that Yuasa battery. Now, maybe it's just me, but I don't think I'll ever go back to a Yuasa again. I'm not trying to, give them a negative review. I just don't plan to use their batteries again. I know a lot of guys say they haven't had no issues with them. I do understand. I'm just speaking for me. No Yuasa for my Gold Wing. Adam Nunn said, I thought you replaced the fuse to fix a starting issue. Again, I did pull the fuses. And I put them fuses in. The bike did start up. Like I said, it might not be the Yuasa battery, but I just don't trust that Yuasa. It could have been the fuses. It could have been a switch, or it could have been a battery. You on with Caliente?
Just wanted to shout you out and let you know we support you out this way.
I'm sorry, who was that? Who was this again? Go ahead. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm getting maybe I should turn my thing down.
Yeah, turn down your end.
Yeah, This is Doc Z out here in El Paso, Texas, man. Been watching you since probably about 2022.
Okay, Dark Z.
Yeah, man. I started off with a 2018 DCT, and when they went to DCT, man, it made me pull the trigger. And so, man, I loved it so much. And I'm out here in El Paso. I don't know if you're familiar with the area, but we're kind of a desert when it comes to legitimate places. So I ended up riding out to DFW, man, and I picked me up a 23 trike, bro.
Right.
I ain't never looked back, man. I've been riding, but
Yeah.
I've been on your trailer idea. I said, that trailer idea, it really is a lot of safety involved in that too. That I ain't never really heard you speak of, but I know it is. It makes you give you a bigger footprint on that road, man. So I just wanted to shout you out. Let me tell you another thing I appreciate.
Okay.
All those different things you do to fix your bike, because I'm in the desert. I'm not taking my bike to just any Tom, Dick, or Harry, because these people out here, they sell every kind of bike.
Right.
You don't know what they got, who's working on your bike or anything. So I appreciate that, brother.
Yeah, I know exactly where you are. I came through El Paso last June in 2024.
I missed you.
2024.
I remember.
Man, it was so hot riding down I-10. I think the devil said, I'm going back to hell because it's hot down there, man. I've never been that hot in my life.
Hey, bro, but it's dry heat.
Man, look, I hear people say dry heat, or wet heat. All I know, it was hot.
Let me tell you, I used to live out there in Proctor, Arkansas, and that humidity.
I think, look, man, I came from San Diego, and I went across 10. And, I would always go out to California out 40, right, through Flagstaff, Barstow, whatever. I said, I'm going to do it different. I'm going to go back on 10. I come out of San Diego. It was nice and cool. Once I crossed that mountain into Arizona, my God, it was hot.
Yeah.
It was hot, bro. And then, just riding down 10 through, what is that?
New Mexico.
Yeah, all of that, man. Just I took 10 all the way across to Dallas. Coming, El Centro, El Paso.
Beautiful ride.
Yeah, it was, man, but it was hot, man. And this was like the 1st of June.
Yeah.
We not talking about the middle of June or July. I can't even imagine going across 10 in July. I wouldn't even do that myself, and I can ride.
Well, let me tell you, the gear, you got to switch up your gear.
It was 110 degrees June 1. What gear can you put on for 110?
Ain't nothing
June
to do with that, man.
It's hot. I'm telling you, man. If I would have came back on 40, I would have been at least 10 degrees cooler.
Yeah.
It's hot down 40, man. I mean, it's hot on that 10, man. Coming through El Paso. Now, one thing I do now, when I was in El Paso, I did stop at a Circle K, and they had Gatorade. It was like, I think it was 3 for $5 for the 20 for the big ones, the 20 ounce or whatever that size is. And man, I stopped, and the lady said, "Well, you gotta be a this is for a member. You gotta be a
right."
And I said, "Well, that's not what the signs say. The signs say 3 for $5. It don't say nothing about member. It don't say none of that." She said, "Well, no, but I want you to sell it to me for what that sign say, because you don't have." I'm laughing at Dustin.
Right.
Dustin said, Dustin, man, it's hot. Yeah, I said, no, you need to sell it to me for what the sign say. Well, you got to talk to my manager. I said, well, get the manager. So the manager come up there. I said, look, your sign say 3 for $5. I think it was 3 for $5. I think that's what it said.
Right.
And you got to be a member. I forgot, our reward members. I said, that's not what the sign says.
Right.
But anyway, the Gatorade that I picked up was, I think it was called Frost Blast or something. Mm-hmm. Man, that was the best tasting Gatorade I ever had. And I don't know, it's because I don't know if it was made in Mexico or what, but man, that Gatorade was good. And ever since then, I try to look for that particular flavor, which is, I think it's called Blast.
Yeah,
Something
I've
blast.
seen it before, bro. I think it's regional too, because I've only seen it here.
Yeah, it's good, man. It is, man. That's some good. Now, I was coming back from Dallas here recently. I came to another convenience store. They had the same flavor.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to put as many in my trailers I could put. I probably bought 25 of those things, man. They good. I just recently drank the last one. I think it was yesterday. So yeah, man.
When
Yeah.
you find it traveling, you find different things, different places.
I'm gonna see if I can look that flavor up. It was called something. It might be called Frost Blast or something. Let me see if I can find that. I think it was called Blast. Lightning Blast.
Lightning blast.
Man, that was some good Gatorade. Lightning Blast. It looks. It's not clear. It's kind of like a frost color.
Uh-huh.
Lightning Blast.
Man, well, next time you come this way, man, do it in the off season. Come out here when it's cold your way.
I'm gonna have to, man, because it was hot coming across 10, bro.
But I'm gonna tell you like this, Caliente. I used to live right across the bridge in Proctor, Arkansas, bro.
I know where that is.
It's not the humidity. I'll take this heat over that humidity any day. You go walk outside and you drenched. You already know.
Man, you can't convince me that it's hotter in Proctor, Arkansas than it is on 10.
Hey,
El Paso.
It's not technically hotter, but I'm sweating a whole lot more.
I came down through there one year, I went to Flagstaff, and I got on 17 and went south toward Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
And I met up with a rider there, and we was riding from Phoenix to San Diego. I had never been that hot. Matter of fact, that's what broke the first lady up from riding with. If you go back to my videos after she rode with me through Phoenix, Arizona,
I remember.
she hadn't really been back on that bike since. She said, I ain't never riding again.
That's the worst part of it, though.
Yeah.
That's literally the worst part, though.
Yeah. I mean, we lived.
Cooled down in New Mexico a little bit.
It was so hot that when you walk, normally when you walk into like a store and they have the air on, it'll be cool. It's like the air conditioning in the store feels like it feels in my garage right now, and it's 93 degrees out here.
Yeah.
It was not cold at all. It was a little cool, but it wasn't cold. I mean, I'd never been that. That was the first time I've ever experienced that much heat. That was the first time going out there. Then the second time was coming from San Diego back to Dallas on 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was hot, bro.
You know what it is too is. I think I lost you.
Yeah, you said what now?
Oh, okay. No, I was saying, out here they have a cooling system called the evaporative cooler, and it's not refrigerated air too, so that it's not hitting the same way as that refrigerated air hits.
Okay. I knew something was different.
A lot of places now in the Walmarts and stuff, they got the regular, AC. But like a lot of these convenience stores and stuff will just be running that. They call it a swamp cooler or evaporative cooler.
What's the purpose of that?
Cool.
It's supposed to be like ozone friendly or something?
Well, it adds humidity into the air because we're so dry out here. When at a certain point in time, that's how they built all the houses, so it would just give you some type of humidity inside the house.
Okay.
So, outside of that, I haven't heard of any legitimate reason other than it's a lot cheaper for the install and everything, but it's definitely not superior by any stretch. Yeah. Unless you get one, they have some that are superior that work exactly like they're supposed to, but most of them work like you said, just barely cooler than the outside.
All I know is it's hot going out their way, man. That's all I know. I can't tell the difference between humid hot and dry hot, and all I know is it's hot. Hey, it's hot as hell. That's all I know.
You ain't lying.
It's just hot as hell, man. I wouldn't wish that on my enemy, man. Yep.
Yeah, brother. Well, I don't want to hold you, man. I appreciate everything you're doing, man. I'm out here trying to rewire a trailer. They got the old colors on the trailer, and they got the new colors on the Gold Wing. So that's turned out to be a little bit more than I thought to connect.
What kind of okay? If you got, did you get the Gold Strike distribution block?
I got the full setup from DFW, so when I got it, it was a full motor trike, basically that black and chrome one. It's a video they got up on it, but basically it's the 7 plug. I think it's the 7-pin plug in the back. See the 7.
Are you using a 12-volt circuit tester?
I ordered one of those because that's exactly what the next step was. It was supposed to be plug and play, brother, but as you know, it wasn't. Yeah, because you can't go by when you're doing trailer wiring, you can't go by the colors. You gotta just. Well, I found out after I shot that fuse, man. It worked for about 2 seconds. That fuse popped.
Right, that's why I say you can't go by the colors, because some people red will be black, some people green would be yellow, so you can't go by the colors. You got to take a 12-volt circuit tester, find your ground, and you got to test each one. Right turn, left turn, brakes, auxiliary, ground. You follow me? So you got to test each one, and then you can write it down what those colors are, and then you got to do the same for the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's how you wire it up. Otherwise, you're gonna turn on your right signal and your left gonna come on, or you're gonna hit the brake and it's gonna turn on your flashers. I mean,
No.
Yeah.
I know you're right, because I got it. It was an older guy who had it, and he did something different to it. He got a whole new setup on it.
Right. Yep. It's not hard, but you just got to use a 12-volt circuit tester.
And I just underestimated it at first. I kind of thought I'd be able to match it up the way it said it was supposed to match up.
But you learn it ain't always that simple.
No, when I get my act together, I'm gonna give me some LEDs on my piece like you got, man.
Yeah. What year your bike?
23.
Yeah. I recommend get that Gold Strike distribution block, and it'll run your Karayakin, your Pathfinders, your straight wire, and your Gold Strike. So that's what I recommend if you don't have it already.
I probably would go. I might have it, but I'm gonna double check. I was always reluctant. Say that. I missed you, man. Say that one more time.
You was always reluctant, then your phone went out.
I was saying I was always reluctant to go with that Gold Strike, only because I was like, man, I'm not really trying to rewire and do all this stuff because I got it set up. But now I'm seeing I have to do it anyway. So I'm have to go back to my electronics class, I guess.
Yeah, I tell anybody, when you first get your Gold Wing, if you go out and buy a new Gold Wing, I'm gonna say it like this: if you go buy a new Gold Wing, the first accessory I want you to go buy is a Gold Strike distribution block. Now, yeah, you're going to need boots. You're going to need gloves. You're going to need jacket. You're going to need a helmet. I'm talking about just accessory-wise.
Right.
First thing, Gold Strike distribution block, number 1. Because that'll run your trailer lights. It'll run Gold Strike, Pathfinders, Karayakin, and you can straight wire to it. So if you're talking about putting any kind of accessories on your bike, you'll already be set up. So the first accessory to buy, Gold Strike distribution block. Now it's about 5 or 6 things that you need to buy, but that would be one of the first things that I would recommend that a rider purchase is a Gold Strike distribution block. Hey, give me your name again.
My name is, they call me Doc Z, man. I got a Gold Wing trike page on Facebook. Maybe I'll send it to you so you can follow, check, see what I'm doing too.
Okay.
And you can text me or something, man. I want to make sure I don't miss you next time you come through here, bro. Because you know what? I really appreciate everything you've been doing with the Gold Wing for a long time. My pops used to own a Gold Wing when I was a shorty, way back when they first started having Gold. I think it was a 750.
Okay.
And ever since then, and as you know what color it was, the brand new gold color they came out with.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
man.
I couldn't bring myself. I like the color the way it looks, but I couldn't see it for myself. I'm stuck on that black and chrome.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
No, man, yeah, Doc Z. I'm out here in El Paso. I'm from down south. I'm still got roots down there right across the bridge. So don't be surprised if I pop up down there and say, "Where you riding today, man?"
Okay, hey Doc Z. Last thing, man. I had a viewer that sent me an item. They want me to unbox it here in this Caliente Garage. Would you like to take a crack at what's in the box?
Heck yeah, I'll take a crack at it.
What do you think is in this box, man? I can give you the clues.
Man, you're gonna have to give me a clue.
It's not a part for a gold wing. You need a zip tie to mount it in place. It makes a subtle sound. What do you think it is?
Radar detector.
All right, I'm gonna put you down. Radar detector, Dark Z.
Doc Z. Yep.
Okay.
Appreciate you, Caliente, man.
Okay,
Really do, bro.
I'll reveal here in a minute what's in the box.
I'll be standing by. I'll be out
Okay.
here.
All right, appreciate you, Dark Z. Thank you, man.
Yes, sir. Talk to you.
All right, thank you. And that was Dark Z. I'm about to reveal what's in this box. I'm going to read a couple more comments, and then I'm going to open up this box, and then I'm going to end this live feed really quick. My birthday suit. Use a hydration vest for hot days here in West Texas. I got a hydration vest, and it was given to me by a rider out in California named Casey. Shouts out to Casey out there in California. He actually gave it to me. And I also have a camel pack. Or Camelback, whichever one it is. I got that. I need to take it out. I keep forgetting to ride with it. I got a brand new one. Only used it one time. But shouts out to Casey out there in California for giving me that hydration vest. Dustin said, "You sure was not hallucinating from the heat? It might have been just water." Man, I'm telling you, man, it was hot. It was hot, man. I don't think I'll ever ride back across 10. Not in the summertime, bro. Russ Ely, happy 4th, Chris. Russ here. Got 2 missions for my 08. They do make for previous generations. Hate Virginia made it a rejection item during state inspection. Sad to give up trying to be legal. Yeah, I don't blame you, Russ. If you live in a state and they do inspections and they don't want you to have a car tire, man, do what they're saying. We don't have that problem here in Tennessee. I do understand. I feel much safer with my car tire, and I'll put it up against a motorcycle tire any day of the week. Against any quote unquote subject matter expert. I trust my car tire, man, and we can ride across country on them, and we can see which one lasts. Which one performs better? DJ said my Yuasa battery has done pretty well. The only one I'm using now, I've just had over 3 years. It's a little concerning that you couldn't jump start yours. I would hate to be on a trip and it happened. Yeah, DJ, like I said, the Yuasa might have been fine, but I don't trust it. Terry McCarter, you was in my town not too long ago. Where you from, Terry? Put that down in the comment. What's up, Jumper? I see you watching, my brother. I see you there. Brother Cowboy's watching. William Brooks is watching. Okay. Y'all done creeped in here on me. All right, I'm going to go ahead and open this box up and see what's in here. And I got the names of Dave says a t-shirt. Dustin said it's a Bale Spirit. Dark Z said it's a radar detector. So let's open this thing up. This was sent to me by Darlene and Dave. Fast Poke and Slow Poke out there in Pennsylvania. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Okay, that's one box. He actually got another box here. Hey, it might be a candy bar. Look at that. See, we can. Okay, he got it taped up here on the bottom. Okay. Cool. Look at that. He sent me some money. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I got the best Caliente viewers, man. This brother sent me some money. All right, let's see what's in the box. I gotta call him and thank him, man. That was all right. Okay, we down to the other box. What is this? Oh, okay. It's like a spirit bell. Look at that. It's a spirit bell. Let's see what it says. Yeah, I got these bad eyes. You know, you get older, can't see as good. The use of bells as a channel for positive energy dates back to antiquity. Across cultures and religions, bells have been rung to banish evil spirits. It is considered good karma to have a bell on your door, which acts as a beacon for welcome news and prevents bad energy from entering. Many motorcycle riders and car enthusiasts attach the bell to ward off mishaps and mechanical failures. You can grant this tradition of protection to anyone. Attach a guardian bell to the backpack, keychain, boat, locker, or any place else. According to the legend, a guardian bell carries twice as much power when it is purchased by a friend or loved one and given as a gift. Show someone how much you care. Give a guardian bell and share the legend of good luck it offers. Okay. That's pretty neat, man. He's got a couple more items in the box. We're going to open those up too. That's a guardian bell. Here's the box. We're going to see what's in here. Okay, this is another guardian bell. And here's another guardian bell. Cool. So I got 3 guardian bells. And we got something else in here. Okay, this is like a... Okay, this is a keychain. A firefighter keychain. And these gifts were sent over once again by Dave Slowpoke and Darlene Fastpoke. They're out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I appreciate that. So, who got it right? Now, Dave in Florida said a t-shirt. Dustin said it's a spirit, a bell spirit. So Dustin got it right. And Radar, well, Dark Z said a radar detector is what he said. So he got it wrong. But what I'm going to do, since I'm a nice guy, and he actually sent over 3 bells, I'm going to give it to the viewers that guessed. That would be Dave in Florida. That'll be Dustin and Dark Z. I'm gonna give you guys the bell, the prizes that he gave in the box. Okay? I'm gonna keep the little keychain in the cash. But I'm gonna send you guys the bell. Dave in Florida, Dustin, and Dark Z in El Paso. I need for you guys to text me your shipping information Text me your shipping information. I got to have the shipping information to send these out to you. Dave in Florida, Dustin, and Dark Z in El Paso. Y'all send me your address. And for being a good contestant, I'm going to send you guys a Caliente flag. I'm going to throw in a Caliente flag with your bales. Okay? So 901-468-9032. If you called in, Dave, Dustin, and Dark Z, text me your shipping information. If you don't send it to me, I can't send you the prizes. Okay? So everybody is a winner that called in. Well, I'm going to end this live feed. I'm not going to take up any more of your time. If you guys have any questions, okay. Dustin said he going to pick his up in person. See, a guy that loves to ride, he going to find an excuse to ride. Dustin said he going to pick his up in person. All right. Well, Dave in Florida and Dark Z, y'all send me y'all shipping information. Equity equation. Wow. Thanks, Doc Z. Well, if you guys have any questions or any comments, don't hesitate to put it down in the comment section below. If you would like to see more live in the Caliente Garage, be sure to put it down in the comment section. I never know when I'm going to do these live videos, but if you guys really want to see more of them, just let me know down in the comment section below. My phone line is always open. 901-468-9032. You guys can always shoot me a text. Let me know what you think. Drop it in the comment section below. And I'll talk to you guys a little bit later. Last but not least, I talked to you and told you that I'm from Iraq and I need help fixing my bike. You went and told me that you are not a mechanic. You are selfish. Huh? I talked to you and told you that I'm from Iraq and I need help fixing my bike. You went and told me that you're not a mechanic. You are selfish. That's a first. Hey man, I can't please everybody. So if you called me about your bike and if it was something that I could not help you with, then it was something that I could not help you with. As a matter of fact, I don't even remember the conversation. So maybe this was via text. But you can't please everybody. If there was something that I can do for you, hey man, shoot me a text. I don't know the answer to everything. I don't know everything. I don't know it all. I don't try to be. That I know, and that I don't. And if I couldn't help you, hey man, you can always contact your local Honda dealership. I'll talk to you guys later. See you.